All right, hi everybody. We're going to go ahead and look at one more video with exponent rules here. Maybe one more after this, but let's take a look here. So we're going to say this is like our 6.1 C, section C, part of that, third part of it. Our goal today is to understand exponents that are zero. So what happens when we have exponents that are zero? A couple vocab words: power, exponent, base. I'm going to diagram it here. So let's say I have 8 to the 6th power. Okay. We call the exponent 6. We call the base, that is 8. Okay. And altogether, power refers to the entire expression. This whole thing is called a power expression, okay? So the base is 8 because it's like on the bottom and the 6 kind of sits on top of it. The exponent is 6. The whole expression is called a power. Okay, a little vocab there. Okay, so I want us to understand this a little bit here. Zero exponents. So that's what we're going to focus on for a few minutes. What is a zero exponent? And so here is the statement. It says that any number to the 0 power is 1. 0 to the 0 is undefined, but I want to talk about why this works, right? So like, why is 4 to the 0 power always 1? That is true for 8 to the 0 power. That is true for 33 to the 0 power. That's always 1. That is true for x to the 0 power. It's true for 1,234,567. All of these are 1. Okay, so let's talk about why. So why is a number to the 0 power equal to 1? Well, let's start with this. Let me ask you this question. What is 5 squared divided by 5 squared? Okay, so there's 2 ways to go about this. First of all, 5 squared is 25. When you divide 25 by 25, if you divide any number other than 0, any number divided by itself is 1. So 5 squared divided by 5 squared should be 1, okay? Now, what's another way to go about this? Another way to look at this is we can write out what 5 squared is. 5 times 5 divided by 5 times 5. Well, when you divide by the same number, what happens? 5 divided by 5 is 1. 5 divided by 5 is 1. So we are left with 1 times 1. Well, what is 1 times 1? It's 1. Okay. Now, finally, so I guess I would say there's going to be a total of 3 ways to understand this. You can get 1 by doing any of those. Finally, though, we know that these equal 1 because when you divide them, you get them. Finally, applying our rule that we learned about exponents back up here, about in letter B up here from the other day, where we could subtract powers, right? We're allowed to subtract like 6 minus 3. When you're dividing, 5 minus 2 is 3. If we go back to that for a second, if you look at our expression right here that I'm going to circle in blue, what happens when you subtract the exponents? So let's say you subtract the exponents. So 5 squared divided by 5 squared, this is supposed to be equal to 5 to the 2 minus 2. Well, what is 2 minus 2? 2 minus 2 is 0, right? So this whole thing right here is the same as writing 5 to the 0 power. So what does that mean? That means, well, this is all supposed to work out to 1, isn't it? Like, it's supposed to be 1. Well, if these are all the same using different rules, like the meaning of an exponent, just division that we know, and then also the property we learned about subtracting exponents, that means that 5 to the 0 has to be the same as 1. It's the same sort of idea. So altogether, this means that 5 to the 0 must be 1, because when I do it the other ways, I always get 1. So that is why a number to the 0 power is 1. It's just because you divide when you do this, and that's how you make a 0 exponent, is by subtracting, okay? So that's kind of our idea. Anytime you see a number to the 0 power, it will always be 1, okay? So that was just a quick video on 0 exponents. We do have to talk about a little bit about negative exponents and stuff. We'll save that for another